I have no reason to be nervous. You're...
Hello. We are live because the countdown didn't work.
Oh, the countdown didn't work. Oh, okay, we're live.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Morning,
That's so funny. I literally just said, if the countdown doesn't work, we'll just have to go live straight away.
It's probably because we did the countdown to check it. So maybe, I don't know, we can't do it twice.
I pressed the button. Sorry, Kate. We messed up the countdown.
Oh, well, it's Friday and the sun's shining, and you know, now and again we can mess up. It just goes to show, Fem, we're human.
Yes. And also, today is the ultimate homeschooling test because my children go on Zoom, both of them, at 9:30, and I've left them to it. I have no idea what's happening behind that door, but they should be all right.
Oh, we'll see. So if we lose you about 9:30, it's because it's overload on
the old internet,
on the web. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, I'm sure we'll be fine. We can't. Nothing will be fine. We'll just soldier on anyway.
Yeah.
So today we decided we were going to talk about negative words and negative words to avoid using. And the reason I think we chose this was because there's so much negativity around at the moment, isn't there? Whether it's listening to the news, what the journalists want to say, everything else. We just thought it'd be really nice to actually flip it on its side and look at some bugbears of ours and why we shouldn't be using negative language. And I did some research yesterday. I'm not going to go into the science of it, but apparently the brain's front lobes really enhance the uses of nice words like peace, love, compassion, that sort of thing. And it apparently promotes a really good cognitive function, so that when you hear positive language, it makes you feel great. It makes you feel physically, mentally, and emotionally really good. So and I think that's really important, especially this day where we can be quite negative, can't it, Fem? So I know when we discussed this earlier on, I said to you, didn't I, Fem? Right, I want to know your bugbears, and you were like, oh my God, I could spend 20 minutes. So let's hear what are some of your bugbears that you have.
Yes, I will. Just wanted to say good morning to Rachel, Kat, and Becky, who are on and said good morning. And I put them on the little screen because I'm having a little tech geek moment here.
Amazing. Morning, ladies. So nice to have you. Hope it's nice and sunny where you are. It's really nice to have you here.
It's really nice everywhere. Rachel said it's a gorgeous morning. It is really blue skies and sunny. Edwin's here as well. Good morning. Love your hair volume. Nice.
Is he talking about me or you, Fem?
I think you.
This is literally just out of the bed look. Sorry, I could say out of a bush look, but out of the bed look. Thank you anyway for the compliment.
So I'm going to start with my bugbear, and it didn't take me very long to think about. And actually, when I mention it, you think, oh, that's a really obvious one, but I see this used all the time, and it's just an overused word that you can leave out, and that is unfortunately. And my biggest bugbear is with out of offices and voicemail messages. So the really common voicemail message, I'm going to try and get this right, is unfortunately, I'm currently not available at the moment. And basically, you're putting so many negative words in one sentence, and also currently and at the moment is the same thing, but so many people say that. So it's completely unnecessary. But also, just to think about why is it unfortunate that you're unavailable? You know, you could be doing something really great. There is no unfortunate about it. And it's the same with out of offices. Unfortunately, I'm out of the office at the moment. Well, okay, but why is that unfortunate? Unless you're doing something really rubbish, that's not unfortunate at all. It's just you're out of the office. That's the way it is. So you could really flip that around and say, today I'm out with clients, or today I'm doing a training course, or on holiday. Some people say, unfortunately, I'm on holiday this week. But really? Are you going on holiday with your mother-in-law, or are you it has to be really, really bad if you think it's unfortunate to go on holiday. So I think you can just leave that
Do
word
use
out.
that. Yeah.
But it's the same as, unfortunately, we don't have any natural daylight, but we do have, I don't know, special lighting that makes our room.
Lighting, daylighting or whatever.
Leave it out. Leave it out.
Yeah.
Completely, because it's not unfortunate. You've got a beautiful venue and it has lots of benefits to it. So scrap the unfortunate. And
yeah, absolutely.
you can use it, unfortunately, in a really kind of nice way sometimes. But I can't think of an example. Probably mostly really sarcastic. So unfortunately not. It still sounds negative. Like, are you having a good week? Unfortunately not. Are you doing anything nice this weekend? Unfortunately not. You're just being, it's
complete. Yeah. And the thing is, I don't know about you, Fem, but when you actually say the word unfortunately, your mouth drops and you're like, unfortunately, it's interesting, isn't it? I wonder, does anyone else have any bugbears in terms of negative words? And let's have a look. So Kate said this is such a juicy topic. It is, Kate. Martina, morning.
Morning. Yes, please do put in the comments. Put in the comments if you're if you have any ideas. Becky says, says, we say sorry far too many times. Yes, that's true. Especially,
I have to admit, I'm always doing it. Actually, I'm always saying sorry, and it becomes such an easy word, isn't it? You just say it, and actually it's probably that easier word to say that it doesn't show any empathy or any apology really, because you just say it. It's just
Have you ever watched the IKEA ad? When IKEA first came to the UK, they did this advert that fell flat completely, and it was two people on the train. They're trying to get past each other, and they kept saying, "Oh, sorry, no, I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm really sorry. I'm sorry that you're sorry. Sorry." It was really good, but it didn't work as an advert at all. They just kind of everyone was like, well, who are these Swedish people?
I'm trying to work out what a train and saying sorry has got to do with Swedish furniture. I'm really struggling with that.
Well, I don't know. I'd have to watch it again to see what that. I don't know why, actually. I have to look up the punchline, but I just remember that didn't work. So what's your bugbear?
My bugbear is, it's got to be when you're on the phone and you say no problem. So when someone says thank you for doing something and you say, oh, no problem, it drives me nuts. I think it was instilled in me when a general manager I used to work with many years ago basically said, please, it's a problem in the first place if you've got to say it's no problem when you're saying you'll do so, someone's thanked you, so please don't say it's no problem. It should be my pleasure or absolutely fine or but not my problem. But the thing is, lots and lots of people say it now, and I've just thought of another one, Fem. I'm going to share this with everybody. What is it with my bad? I don't understand that either.
I can't say that because I'm foreign. It just doesn't roll off the tongue very nicely. So I can't do it. But the thing with I'd be interested to hear what everyone else thinks about no problem, because I think I mentioned to you that my assistant always used to use it, and I never kind of pulled her up on it because, well, she was Italian, or she still is Italian, and I just thought maybe in Italian it sounds really good because you just go like no problema. That's not Italian.
To be fair, when you say no problem in Italian, any negative word in Italian is actually really nice.
So what do you think about no worries?
No, because it would be a worry in the first place. So why is it? No, I don't agree with it either. It's It's not. I don't know. I can't. I think it's just been instilled in me, Fem, that I just can't say it now. And any new member in that came into the sales office, whatever their job role, the moment they said no problem on the phone, we were all like, oh no. And then we'd have to explain, look, you can't use that. You can't say that. So
I know. So how does it
yeah.
make you feel when someone says it to you in normal life?
I look at them and think, actually, is it a problem in the first place? I
Yeah.
shouldn't, I know, because you just don't look at you don't analyze analyze the actual words really when you say it. So it's just a common thing that we all say, isn't it? So
Yeah.
but we've got loads of comments, haven't we?
I know. Just Kate has a good one. I don't know how this is going to show on the thing, but I'll put it up. There are some great examples of out of offices. I'm currently sunning myself and drinking cocktails, but don't worry, because when I'll be back, I'll be 100% capacity there to
brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I think I've seen some great ones over the years, and I think there was one a few years ago that was the first one person, and it went all over LinkedIn, who said, I'm not sorry, I'm out of the office because I'm spending some quality time with my family and doing this, and after I've been working really hard or something like that. And since then there's been a bit of a like trend.
Everyone's gone on the bandwagon. Yeah.
That's really nice.
I seen an out of office. A lady only works to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and she said, "I'm Tuesday and Thursday. I'm looking after my munchkins, and because I need quality time with my family." And I was like, "Oh, that's it." Just makes you feel when you read it, oh, that's nice. She's she's human. She's a mum. She's doing a part-time job, and she's a mum as well. So that's really nice. Yeah.
Cool. So we talked a bit yesterday about drainers and radiators, and I love this one, and it's so easy to see who's a radiator and who's a drain. So basically radiators are people who are always really positive, and they radiate
exude warmth.
Yeah, and drains are people who, as soon as you meet them, they just kind of suck the life out of you. And I wonder if people know who they are. I don't know if you know that you're a drain or not.
It'd be interesting. I had a couple of colleagues that were drainers, and you're absolutely right in terms it just pulls you down, and the negativity that you then feel listening to them, it got to a stage for them that I had to walk away. I couldn't listen to them anymore. I couldn't. They had not a nice, good thing to say about anybody, and you almost expected it. And I sort of was at the end, eye rolling, going, "Here we go again," sort of thing. I need to walk away from you. You're absolutely draining me of all my positive energy.
Yeah.
So it's
it is.
So
people who go into the office and every morning you ask them, "How are you?" and they go, "I'm tired." And it's like, okay, here we go, here we go again. We're all tired. Just how's it? Yeah, why? Like that. And then you're like, oh God, yeah. Anyway, so Caroline calls them mood hoovers.
That's brilliant. I've never heard them called that. Mood hoovers. They're absolutely,
Becky calls them dementors, which is really good because they actually suck the life out of you. Ooh.
Oh, Matthew. Wow.
Yeah.
Psychic vampire.
Yeah. Oh. Katja says, "How are you? Not too bad."
Yeah. And it's so right, isn't it? It's like, really, can you not not too bad? Well, you've used the word bad. There's a negative in itself. So
yeah, I feel like in this pandemic time, it's really difficult to find a word when people ask you how you are. And last year I was trying to come up with a word that we can use that describes 2020. So I'm feeling a bit 2020. So you're okay, you're healthy, you're good, but you'd rather not be in this pandemic. Amanda has frozen on me. Oh, here we go. You're back. So you'd rather not be in this situation, but you're okay. And, you have a roof over your head, you have food, everything's fine. So unless there's something, we've all gone through situations last year that were really bad, then, you're allowed to say that. But if you're just kind of going meh because you'd rather not have a pandemic, then I think it's quite nice to think of another word. But I can't think of what that word
I can't think of it. Yeah, I wonder what we can think of. A word that's that's a big word actually. That sums up quite a lot of feelings, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So if anyone can think of any good ideas, I think if you're feeling 2020, that's quite good.
feeling 2020. That just conjure up a whole load of things, though, doesn't it? You'd be like, and then you quote, what? So that means what? And then you'd have to, and then
explain it. Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Cool.
What have we had comment-wise then? Not too bad.
So we had this when we were doing a little bit of research. We found this phrase that they said you shouldn't use, and we had this discussion about this yesterday. So instead of saying "I missed you so much," you would say "It's great to see you." And we weren't sure about this one because I think it's nice when someone said "I missed you so much," because it means that they missed you so much. But I wonder what the opinions are on that one, just because "it's great to see you" is more positive, and I think if you actually saw them at that particular point, that's a nice thing to say. "Oh, it's so great to see you," rather than "Oh, I missed you so much," because it is a bit more positive. But what if you're still missing someone? What if you're missing someone now? Can you say "I miss you," or can't you?
Or could you say "It's great to see you, I've missed you so much"?
Yeah,
almost like
you've
flipped it. You've sort of said the positive first, and then "I've missed you so much" as the last bit. It's an interesting one, isn't it? We did sort of, okay, it's one of those. No. I know when we also said about there was some things obviously with home parents being at home, didn't we, where it's quite difficult not to be negative, or how you I don't have children, but obviously the rest of the you ladies, as Savvy says, do. So how you actually are not negative to your children in your instruction to them. There was a couple, wasn't there, that we thought, sort of the word don't. You said about your mother don't bounce the ball in the house.
Yeah. So my mum's a teacher, or she was a teacher, and she always used to use the example of instead of saying to the kids "don't throw the balls really high," she would say "keep the ball low," and that would kind of not put any ideas in their head. And this morning when I was talking to my kids, the amount of time I said "don't" was crazy. And I've been, since our conversation, been trying to kind of turn that around, and now I'm saying things like "don't," and then I'm going, "Oh no, that's not what I meant. I meant do this." I'm trying to, so I'm in the transition period of trying to be better with that at home, but it can work really well at work as well. Instead of saying "I don't like that" or "don't do that," you can say things like, why don't we do it this way? Still saying "don't." Shall we do it this way?
Shall we do it this way? Yeah. That's a really great idea. How about us doing it this way, or something? Yes, it's about turning it around. But that is a
really difficult one to get out of or for me, I think that's going to be a tricky one, but I'm going to try over the weekend. So we have a few comments actually still about "I miss you." Kate says, "I think 'I miss you' is nice, but I find it stressful sometimes when people message me saying 'I miss you.' If you don't feel like they are a close friend, it makes me feel guilty or claustrophobic." Ooh, that's an interesting take on it. Oh, I don't think I've ever had that. Or maybe, I'm kind of part of a WhatsApp group where everyone is always saying, "Oh, I miss you so much. You are you are the people who are getting me through this, and you're the only group that I really love." And I'm like, "Really?" Because I don't feel like that. So yeah, that's a bit awkward, but I really like it. I'm going to put Edwin's comment on here, because instead of saying "I miss you," I'm looking forward to seeing you again. That's really nice. And you could also say "I can't wait to see you," but we can't use "can't" either, because that's
negative. Yeah.
And I was never allowed to use that at work because it's the can't do mentality. But taking that out of your vocabulary is really difficult as well. I don't know. Becky says, "Oh my God, I so try not to say negative words in business, but I'm not so good with the kids."
It's hard, isn't it? Yeah. No, don't fill that bowl up with all those cornflakes. As opposed to, I know you really like cornflakes, but you shouldn't fill the bowl up I don't know. Gosh, it's
Well, my kids like to swing between the kitchen counter and the chair, and they swing and they do it all the time. But if the chair is going to fall over, it's basically just going to flip. So I always say, don't do that. But what am I supposed to say? But can you please flip somewhere else? I don't know.
I know you've got lots of negative energy. Do you want to go and do the washing up for me?
Yeah. It's really, really difficult. Caroline says, our brains are not too good at processing negative. So if we say don't spill that drink, they focus on spilling it. That's true. Yeah,
that is
it's
true.
So true.
Yeah,
I'm really going to try this weekend. I'm getting a bit.
Caroline, you're so right. You can, because I remember with my younger brothers, and you can, if you're not careful, you're going to knock that over, and you can guarantee, of course, that's exactly what's going to happen. So yeah, absolutely. But I wonder, it's because it's the negative's gone, I don't know, in the mind, or maybe we've thought actually, if they carry on, that's going to happen, and that is that mental thought process, of good thoughts, negative thoughts. If it's negative thoughts, the negative will happen. If it's a good thought, I've done this, and I'll have to share this with you. Actually, I've done this a couple of times. So I've gone into a car park, a busy shopping centre car park, and I've done two. So I've thought, okay, it's really busy. I'm not going to get a space. I'm going to have to park miles away. Oh my word! This is ridiculous, and I'm getting all het up about it. I'm like, oh, come on. And then I flipped it, and I've gone, no, it's going to be fine. Any minute now, a car parking space will become available. I'll be right by the shops. I can go straight in. And you know what? Because I've thought that, I don't know why, but every time I'll get a car parking space.
Yeah. I am the same. You arrive and you think, oh, this is going to take forever. And then someone just leaves and you're, wow, there's a car parking space there. Yeah. I think
positive mental attitude, isn't it?
It is. And if you think about your kids and how many times they hear, don't do this, don't do that, for example, or even adults, if you can be in a relationship, or you can have a boss that constantly tells you, don't do this, don't do that, how that is going to sit in your head, it's not good. Yeah, so you definitely need to avoid those people. I'm a bit worried about Edwin's question, because then we have to answer it. I'm doing interviews at the moment. And I will have to let the unsuccessful candidates know that they did not get the job. What words would you suggest not to sound so negative?
There is a theory called the poo sandwich. I nearly said a really naughty word there. The poo sandwich.
You dress it up.
So you give them a positive in terms of what they did at the interview, and what you really liked about them as their, I don't know, creative element or whatever. Then you give them a negative, but you finish it off with a positive.
And maybe not the negative, but the negative doesn't have to be negative towards them. It could be that you could say you found another candidate that is that has other kind of I don't know, experience qualities that they didn't have. So you can just say, you can say, I liked this about you. I have another candidate that has this, this, and this, so I've chosen to go with them. Good luck with your search, something like that. I think that's good. I recently saw a friend of mine got declined for a job, and they sent this massive email because they actually really liked him, but he couldn't do. He kind of said that he couldn't do full-time hours and someone else could. So that's exactly what they did. They said, we really like this and this and this about you, but we have another candidate that has this experience. They can do full-time hours, so we're going to go with him. But, in the future, if there's anything, we'll let you know, something like that. So that was really good.
I think
more
it's difficult. Sorry, go on.
No, it's okay. I was going to say it's more difficult if the candidate was really rubbish, then I don't know what you would say. But here's some training courses that you can do.
I think it's also about being giving them some constructive criticism without being nasty about as well. I really liked the way you've done XYZ or whatever. We don't know what the interviews were for. However, I think it'd be good if you could do whatever it may be. But it's not right for us at the moment, but we'll never know. Or to finish it off with, really loved everything. I've got a candidate that is a little bit better. I'm really sorry. However, I've met you, I've seen what your work, I'll certainly put the word out for anything that may come up or that I hear about.
Yeah. You could even suggest something that they can do to up their experience. If you're looking for something similar, I would recommend this, and this. That's really valuable, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hope that answered it, Edwin. Anyone else wants to chip in, please do, because we're not the experts in saying, sorry, you haven't got the job. But I hope that's helped.
Cool.
We got any more?
Oh yeah, so we were going to talk about I'm running late.
Oh yes. We said so I've been told, I can't remember, I must have read it or heard it, instead of saying I'm running late for an appointment, to say, call up and say I've been delayed. I think that's
or if I've been held up.
I've been held up, or I've been delayed, or something. Instead of saying I'm running late, because you're automatically putting the onus on yourself for the reason why you're late. Whereas if you say I've been held up, then at least there's an ambiguity in terms of what's happened. So rather than saying I'm sorry, I'm running late, I've been held up. Because along those lines,
it makes it sound like at least you made an effort to leave the house on time, or to be there on time. Those were the days when we left the house. It then shows that you made an effort to leave. So by being held up, it's not your fault. I think that's a really good one. I've never thought about that before, and I even put running late in the subject. So if I email someone, I'm stuck on the train, my subject will be running late, and that is, that kind of shows what they can expect. But I've always done that, so I think that's a really good one. Just going to read Kate's comments. I think if you're running late, it is important to apologize when you get there. It frustrates me when people are late and don't say anything and make me feel like they don't value my time. Oh yes, absolutely. That's probably one time where you can say you're sorry.
I had a doctor's appointment a couple of years ago, and I was waiting for my doctor for about 20 minutes, sat in the waiting room, and he rocks up walks past me with his motorbike helmet and his leathers, and anyway, the next thing, Amanda, to go and see the doctor, and it was a locum, so I didn't actually know who my doctor was at the time. It was so I walked in, and that's the same guy with the helmet at the side of his chair, and he didn't say a word of apology at all. And I was the first appointment in, and I was like, you could actually say that you're sorry for being late, because I've sat in the waiting room for 20 minutes. So I probably didn't actually do myself any favours in terms, but I thought, no, it's only polite. Like Kate said, it's polite to say I'm sorry, or I've been running. He walked past me, so you'd think he'd go, oh, actually, I'm sorry, I was running late, or something happened with my bike, or whatever it may be, but nothing. So yes, you're right, it's very frustrating.
It is frustrating and rude. Okay, so this quite nicely leads us into Savvy Says for next week. I'm going to show this little message here from Matthew Jane, who said, I had to turn down a candidate for a job, and now she's my business partner. I remember that story you told us. Yes. That's good. And we like to end on a little bit of a positive note. And also Matthew is going to be on Savvy Says next week, and he's going to talk about the relationship between the sales and the operations department. I'm kind of happy that I'm not on that one. I could go on about that. I could go on about that for hours. And Matthew is the operations manager at the Lowry Manchester, and also working on Unique Venues of Manchester. So that'll be next week at 9:30, same time.
With the lovely Becky.
With the lovely Becky. And juicy, Becky says.
Juicy.
Yes, it is. And also a new selling savvy item is that every Tuesday now we're going to be available for burst mentoring, which is 15 minutes free mentoring session. You can book on the link, which I will put in the comments now, and then you will be talking to the person who is in your area. We're covering a lot of the country now, actually.
Yes, we are.
More announcements to come soon. Sorry, just giving the game away a little bit. So let me just put that in the comments, and you just book on there. Could be for any Tuesday in the next little while. And yes, come with any questions you have about sales or running your business, anything that you need quick help with. And that's it.
Not children questions, sales
not children questions. I can do well. It could be about work-life balance and how you manage that. That is, that's a thing. We can help with that. I have some top tips. My kids have done it. My internet has managed. So
we've
homeschooling,
survived it, and it's dead on 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing. We could talk for hours about this. There's so much when you start researching, isn't there? But anyway, 30 minutes of our Friday Savvy Says all over. So have a lovely weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care. Be safe.
Bye.